check this out. Another misconception that is as bad, and in my opinion, it's worse than this myth of this ancient master coming to save you like we discussed earlier. And it's this. It's the misconception about physical contact. Physical contact is something that is slowly becoming very lost in martial arts training, and I don't understand it. There are so many non-contact martial arts schools that it makes me wonder, what would happen if those students had to use these techniques for real? What happens if some nasty attacks one of them? They're going to be in for a shock and a surprise because, as we know, physical contact works both ways. You feel it as well as your opponent. Even if you block something, you still feel it. Now, schools don't have to do hardcore, full bore, full contact all the time. I don't think that's as necessary. I understand the need for medium contact, even light contact, especially when you're dealing with younger students and beginner ranks. Light contact is fine. That makes perfect sense to me. But a martial arts self-defense school that is no contact, I don't see how that works. That's like learning how to swim without getting wet. The first time that you get into the water, the first time the water touches your mouth, you're going to panic. It doesn't feel right. You may not even be sure what to do. Well, to me, it's the same thing with physical contact. Heaven forbid some nasty comes at you, attacks you, or does whatever, and they throw a technique, they throw a punch and you block it. Or you try to deflect something and you feel it. You're going to make contact with them. And then, especially when the adrenaline is pumping and things like that, well, you may be in for a big surprise. You may even be in for a shock because you're going to feel it, and it may even hurt you. Think about it. Even remember those Jackie Chan movies, where he's fighting someone and they do a hard technique, or Jackie punches somebody really hard. What happened right after? They had to step back, shake out their arms, rub where the pain was. Yeah, that's real. Contact hurts, especially if you're not used to it. You have to build up that callus physically on your body and mentally as well, so you're not afraid of physical contact. You can get used to some sort of physical contact by punching or kicking the heavy bag. You don't have to do it every day all the time, but you should do it on a semi-regular basis so you get used to the feel of contact and impact on your flesh, on your skin. What we used to do back in the day is we used to hit that Verschlurgen, that Makawawa board. I have some memories of that. But hitting that board toughened you up. You understood about impact and physical contact. And we also did some body-to-body drills. A martial artist needs to feel, they need to understand and appreciate the impact you'll have with physical contact. They need to understand that physically as well as mentally and emotionally. I am surprised by the number of instructors who teach joint locks and what we would call Hoshin Sul techniques, joint manipulation and things like that. I'm surprised that a lot of these guys, men and women, will tell you, grab a punch out of the air in order to manipulate their joints. Grabbing a punch out of the air as it's being thrown at you, that's simply it's not as easy as it sounds. Even if it's a regular person throwing a punch. If it's somebody that's a fighter and they're throwing something at you, not gonna happen. That's not realistic. Nobody really comes to you in the street and goes and punches like that. Street fights are wild, crazy, and dirty things. And there's techniques you're going to have to do. There's contact things that you're going to have to do in order to maybe get that joint lock and what have you. You need this physical contact training. There's an old adage, and I've heard it said different ways, but we say it like this. Cry in the Dojang, but laugh in the battlefield. More appropriately, cry when you're going through training, feel that pain, feel that uncomfortableness. But when you get out in the street and you have to use it, it shouldn't bother you.